Mr. Griggs, Mr. Griggs.
Yeah.
You have a visitor.
Okay, thank you.
Yo, what up, man? How you holding up?
Cool, man. Just physically a little bit of pain, you know what I'm saying? I'll be all right. Yo, I'm gonna need you to holler at David for me, man, because when I get out of here, I'm gonna need a loan. And he's on the I know that's balling out of control enough to let me hold something till I get back on my feet. What's good with you, though?
I'm cool. That's what I gotta talk to you about, though. I just got word. Man, I don't know if I should be telling you this right now, man. I don't want to upset you.
What? What? Tell me, man. Tell me what's up.
Well, I found out this morning David got shot up.
What? Oh, no, man. Not my folks, man.
How? All he wanted was to keep a grip in his pocket. A brand new whip sitting on dubs. All he wanted was to be accepted. Just take care of his family. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't want to hurt nobody. He just wanted to come up, fall out. How?
Yo, what up, D? What's happening with you?
What up, Key?
What's good, man?
Man, I'm sick of seeing my family struggle like this.
I feel you.
I'ma figure something out. It's time for me to come up and ball out of control.
Yeah.
The refrigerators and the cabinets in the crib, man, they empty. Me and my little brother gotta share the same pants. I'm sick of taking cuffs down after he wear them. Even my little sister's gear is whack. And on top of all of that, my mom's gotta walk miles before she can even catch the bus for work.
Man.
I'm fed up with all this. I'm through getting clowned every day. I'ma drop out of school and get me some paper. But first, I gotta get me some heat to keep the haters off me.
Back then, I really felt where David was coming from, because it was hard to concentrate in school when you didn't know if the lights were going to be on when you got to the crib. While I was in junior high, my mom's moved out of that neighborhood, so I didn't see David as much as I used to. But we always stayed connected like Legos and stayed 100%. It wasn't until after I graduated from high school that I would see David from time to time, iced out in one of his new cars sitting on chrome. Yo, it was obvious that David had mad chips. He had the latest cars, clothes, jewelry, and of course, tons of women. Around that time, I thought that's what life was all about. And of course, David did also. He always talked about how folks on the sideline would hate and say his hustling was in vain. But that was because they only saw him spending his chips on sparkling visuals to show his financial growth by flossing. David tagged them haters, and I agreed. But that was before I understood the value of a definite major goal purpose and the whack effects of floss. For those of y'all that don't know, the definition of floss is intentionally showing off or speaking on accumulated money or material items for public and personal validation. And each letter in floss stands for fake love over a secure status. And in the hood, as we all should know, flossing for validation will definitely attract fake love due to envy. A secure status is when you become comfortable enough with yourself mentally, not to floss achievements showing a further distance between yourself and others through a self-made status thermometer. It's cool to obtain all the special effects like cars, clothes, jewelry, or whatever, but make sure your intentions are to reward yourself and not to make those around you feel inferior. Word up. A few days before I got shot, I had ran into David at a gas station where we chopped it up for a while. He told me that he was ready to stop hustling because he was in fear of losing his life due to all the envy that he felt. I asked him what his plans were, and with a puzzled look on his face, he said,
Yo, really, homie? I don't have a clue. I just don't want to die by the hands of some hater. And I definitely don't want to go back to being broke. So I guess I'm going to keep balling, man. You know how I do.
And with paper-struck admiration, I said, yo, that's what's up. I smiled, gave him dap, and I bounced. Like a lot of hustlers, David came up quick and didn't know what to do with his chips but invest in things that depreciate in value to keep his floss up. I can't even front. Back then, it was hard for me to knock the hustle looking at all the chips David had in his grip. But now that I think about it, the real issue was that he invested way too much time and energy thinking about the things that he didn't want to take place, like getting done in by the people that he felt was hating on him, instead of planning out a positive, definite major goal purpose that he wanted to invest in with the chips he stacked up. So in that case, I guess you can knock the hustle, because the truth is, if we don't concentrate on the positive things that we want to take place, we can for sure plan to fall off, and that's real. One night on his way to make one of his usual drops, he was getting out of his car with his pistol on hip. 2 ski-mask haters from our hood jumped out and jacked David at gunpoint.
Break yourself, fool!
What? Man, you know who you messing with?
Fool, you better break yourself and get smoked!
Man, do what you gotta do, homie.
Instead of giving up what they asked for, he reached for his heat trying to defend what he flossed. But he was already up under their weapons. They took his pack, his jewels, money, but most important, they took his life. They left David leaking in the front seat of his 6-digit luxury car with an ill way to go out. When my boy Rez told me what happened, I was shook. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had just seen David a few days before at that gas station. Yo, I didn't understand for a long time. I would always question how and why a good dude could lose his life trying to ball out. Now I understand. His thoughts were all out of control. David's life and struggle between good and evil taught me a valuable lesson towards the F.L.O.S.S trance that I used to get thrown into every time I got my hands on the grip. But most important, it increased my understanding on the law of attraction and how we draw certain circumstances to ourselves from a predominant thought. This is why it says in Proverbs 18:21 that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Believe that. Yo, don't sleep. Wake up and ball out. On the 24th of June, I was gunned down by a man I had never seen before. Then I just got into it with my baby mama.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Ah, shit! Oh shit!
While laying there face down on the concrete, bleeding like crazy, with a collapsed lung, barely breathing.
I can't go out like this. I can't go out like this.
I realized that the more I changed my thoughts towards the positive outcome that I wanted to take place, the more I came back to life.
Can I get you anything?
All of this happened just 2 hours after writing the idea and intro to this audiobook, Think and Ball Out.
What up, Ken? What you doing? Writing rhymes, putting the lyrics up?
Nah, I'm writing down this idea I got for this motivational book. I'm gonna start writing. It's cracking with you though, man. Think and Ball Out is the first hip-hop motivational book, and also the first that breaks down the law of attraction on how we all draw certain circumstances to ourselves from a predominant thought. Think and Ball Out is for anyone that wants to get their brain game up, reach their goals, shake the haters off, and ball out with stacks. Believe that. Yo, don't sleep. Wake up and ball out. Ball out.